Tonight, the world of Hollywood drama is spilling from the screen into real life. Ruby Rose, the Australian actor and activist, has publicly slammed Sweeney, calling her a psychopath, amid the backlash over the box office disappointment of the recent boxing biopic, Christy. The film, which chronicles the life of legendary boxer Christy Martin, has struggled to attract audiences despite Sweeney's leading role. Rose, who claims she was originally attached to the project, took to social media to express her frustration, critiquing both the casting changes and the perceived mishandling of the film. The controversy highlights not only tensions between actors, but also the broader scrutiny Hollywood faces when films with potential social impact underperform commercially. In her post, Rose reflected on her initial involvement, describing the original script as life-changing and emphasizing the teen's deep connection to Christy Martin's story. Everyone had experience with the core material. Most of us were actually gay. It's part of why I stayed in acting, Rose wrote. She noted the frequent occurrence of losing roles in the industry, framing her remarks as a mix of personal disappointment and professional critique. Yet, what grabbed headlines was her pointed criticism of Sweeney's public statements following the film's underwhelming debut. Ruby Rose didn't hold back, claiming Sweeney and her PR team mishandled the narrative surrounding Christy's box office struggles. For her PR to talk about it flopping and saying SS did it for the people. None of the people want to see someone who hates them, parading around pretending to be us. You're a psychopath, and you ruined the film. Period. Christy deserved better, Rose wrote on Threads. Her comments sparked immediate debate across social media, with fans and critics weighing in on both the language and the underlying accusations. Some supporters praised Rose for speaking candidly about industry politics and the emotional stakes of portraying marginalized voices. Others questioned her use of the term psychopath, noting it carried significant weight and could be seen as inflammatory. Rose quickly addressed this, acknowledging that she had initially used an ableist term and regretted it. Clarifying her intention was to describe Sweeney's behavior in terms of manipulation rather than disability. The exchange underscores the tension in Hollywood between personal grievances, public accountability, and the sensitive use of language in a digital age where statements reach millions instantly. The film itself, directed by David Michaud, has faced criticism for its modest performance at the box office, reportedly earning just $1.3 million domestically during its opening weekend. While Sweeney has been at the center of Rose's criticism, she herself defended the project, emphasizing the broader purpose of storytelling over mere financial success. On Instagram, Sweeney wrote, "If Christy gave even one woman the courage to take her first step towards safety, then we will have succeeded. We don't always just make art for numbers, we make it for impact." Analysts note that the divide between commercial success and cultural impact is often stark in biopics, particularly those tackling sensitive subjects like sexual assault, gender politics, and resilience. While Rose focuses on perceived failures in casting and the handling of the narrative, Sweeney frames the conversation in terms of empowerment and social influence. This contrast illustrates a recurring challenge in Hollywood: balancing artistic integrity, audience expectations, and the commercial realities of filmmaking. The public dispute also highlights deeper issues around representation and authenticity in storytelling. Rose emphasized that the original creative team had a personal connection to the story, and that this authenticity was lost when the film shifted direction. She suggested that the loss of roles and the casting changes impacted not just the film's credibility, but its resonance with audiences who identify with Christy Martin's struggles. By framing her critique around lived experience and identity, Rose raises questions about how Hollywood approaches narratives rooted in real-life trauma, particularly when actors outside those communities take leading roles. Experts in film and media suggest that disputes like this, the clash between Rose and Sweeney, has captured public attention not simply because of star power, but because it touches on the challenges of translating real-life stories into media that resonates responsibly. Audiences are increasingly attuned to the ethics behind casting and creative decisions, and this incident may influence both industry practices and viewer perceptions moving forward. The controversy surrounding Christy reflects not just individual disagreements, but the broader pressures of Hollywood biopics. Boxing legends like Christy Martin carry stories of struggle, triumph, and trauma that demand sensitive and authentic portrayals. When a project fails to connect with audiences, public debates about responsibility often emerge. Ruby Rose's remarks underscore the tension between artistic intent and commercial outcomes. While Sweeney focuses on the social impact of the film, Rose emphasizes fidelity to the original material and the lived experiences of those involved. This clash exemplifies the challenge of balancing storytelling, representation, and public expectations, particularly in films depicting marginalized voices or real-life figures whose stories resonate with specific communities. Industry analysts note that box office performance alone cannot measure the impact of films like Christy. While earning $1.3 million domestically is disappointing, the film's influence may extend beyond ticket sales. Stories of survival, empowerment, and resilience often find their audiences over time through streaming, critical discussion, and social media engagement. Sweeney's assertion that inspiring even one viewer counts as success reflects this perspective. However, Rose's public criticism highlights a persistent tension. When creative visions are altered or compromised, even socially important films may struggle to achieve their full potential, and the responsibility for these outcomes often becomes a public spectacle. The dispute between Rose and Sweeney also illuminates the modern dynamics of social media in shaping celebrity narratives. Platforms like Threads and Instagram amplify conflicts instantly, inviting public scrutiny and debate. For actors and filmmakers, these platforms are double-edged. They offer opportunities for advocacy and transparency, but also magnify disputes and personal critiques. Rose's candid statements and Sweeney's measured response illustrate two approaches to managing criticism in the digital age. One, direct and confrontational. The other, emphasizing broader societal impact. For audiences, the exchange provides insight into the behind-the-scenes complexities of filmmaking, while reminding us that the conversation around representation, accountability, and ethics in Hollywood is ongoing. Ultimately, the Christy controversy underscores a critical lesson for Hollywood. Telling real-life stories demands respect, authenticity, and sensitivity to both the subjects portrayed and the communities they represent. Ruby Rose's critique of casting decisions and project direction brings attention to how creative choices affect audience engagement, while Sweeney's focus on empowerment emphasizes the lasting social impact of storytelling. As discussions continue, both the film and the debate surrounding it serve as reminders that art and accountability are intertwined. In an industry where fame, influence, and representation collide, the conversation sparked by Christy may shape how future biopics navigate the delicate balance between impact, authenticity, and commercial success.